Hello there, you're now listening to an episode of Reflect with Bookie Pod. I am your host, Bookie, and welcome back to another episode. Like, it's been 3 weeks since I actually sat down to record a podcast. You're going to pardon your girl. I've been really occupied and busy with a lot, and thank God for strength, and I'm really glad that I'm here again, discussing and talking to you guys, my listeners, my lovers. Honestly, you guys are not just like, listeners. Like, I need to look for a name for those of you who actually listen to me and follow me. And guys, there's something that has been bothering me. We've been stuck at 305 followers for the past few months. I really need you all to tell a friend to follow Reflect with Bookie Pod. And I also think something that also affected it is probably the change of name of the podcast channel and all of that. And later on some explanations and will be made further into this new journey. So yes, before I go further, I want to ask, how are you all doing? How has your week been? How is work? How is business? How is the family? How is life in general? And also, happy Valentine's Day, post-Valentine, actually, because today is February 15th and, it's the day after Valentine's Day. And I'm so sorry that I didn't actually post this on time. So happy Valentine's Day to all of my listeners and my lovers. That yesterday everybody was just peppering us left, right, center. But anyways, I said something and I sent to my friends on Snapchat. I was like, don't feel left out because you didn't get the gift from maybe your opposite, or let's say an opposite partner, yeah. And you just probably are thinking, this year it's been consistent, all of that. Don't ever feel like that, because you actually had one of the best gifts ever. You don't just realize it yet. God woke you up. Yes, you saw yesterday, you had food to eat, you had a roof over your head, you had shelter. So be very grateful for that. Be grateful for everything. Breath of fresh air, the ability to be alive. It's not by our power, not by our mind, but it's by the grace of God. So why are you comparing yourself to another person? Come on, the gift is to come and go. They will eat their gifts, and it may finish within 3-4 days, and everything is going to be fine. So don't ever, stress yourself or think about it, okay? And Bookie, of course, I love you all so much, and yes, I'm always here for you. So today's episode is something very simple, common, it's a frequently asked question, and it's something powerful also, and it's what's been on your mind lately, as you can see from the title, right? The thing is, a lot of things occupy everyone's mind, and sometimes the thought that we carry as individuals are sometimes heavy, sometimes they are hopeful, and sometimes they are just everyday worries, right? Life is full of a lot of noise, deadlines, relationships, responsibilities. Often we don't stop to ask ourselves, what's occupying my mind right now? How do I feel? How am I processing some certain things? Maybe it's stress from work, school, friendships, family, business. And it could be excitement also about a new opportunity, or maybe it's just wondering what tomorrow will bring. Naming those thoughts is the first step towards clarity. So from the conversations I've had with some people recently, right, the most common thing that has been on a lot of people's mind, I know that the rate of it was very high, is basically their purpose. Am I on the right path? What do I have to do? I really don't know the direction to take. Uncertainty, what's next for them? Self-care, am I taking care of myself very well? Relationship, am I loved? Am I showing love well? Why am I lonely? Those kind of questions. And you see, these questions, they remind us that we are all navigating similar waters, even if our stories are different. The thing is, you have to take a moment to pause, sit down and reflect. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself this question: what has been on my mind lately? Don't judge yourself. Do not judge the answer. Yeah, okay? Think about it. Notice it. You can even write it down if you can. this simple act of reflection, it's actually going to help you, turn that thought into something tangible, something you can work with instead of being overwhelmed by, instead of being nervous. Like, sit down quietly and think about it. Just be patient with yourself. Like, you don't have to stress it out. Even as you're listening to this episode, you can just sit down, relax, think about it. Okay, what am I stressing about? Something I usually do whenever, I just have this quiet moment to myself is I just ask myself, okay, what is currently in your mind? What is bothering you? Initially, before, whenever I was being bothered by a lot of things, or maybe I was not feeling comfortable or things were not going my way, I would get really upset. I would get so angry. I would just be lashing out on the people around me and all. Then I had to it got to a point I had to sit down and think to myself that this particular thing that you're doing is affecting people around you, and if people around you are being constantly affected by how you feel, or maybe you allow how you feel dictate how your mood for that day will be, it's not a good thing. And I actually listened to that on a podcast of this preacher. I really cannot recall, but if I do, I'll probably mention it before the end of this episode, right? So, and he says, do not allow how you wake up, how you feel, dictate how you would behave throughout that day. And since then, that message touched my life. And I told myself that, no matter what comes through or come up me, in this life, I will not stress myself. I won't really bother myself, right? I will actually, sit down, try and look for solutions to those things that are currently bothering me instead of getting angry, getting irritated, lashing out and all of that, right? And ever since I've started doing this approach, honestly, a lot of things have changed. I developed, I became, I started working with time. I started planning more often before, because usually I did not really used to plan myself. I would just be like, you know what? And I will stall. Oh my God. Procrastination was one of the things that I used to battle with. I even mentioned it a lot on my YouTube channel. That's if you follow me on YouTube. I would be like, I will do this. I won't even do it at that particular time. I already said to do it. I will still take my time. And these things were actually affecting me, and it was actually killing me slowly, right? But since I started planning, I sit myself down. I tell myself, Bookie, this thing is not hard. You just have to do this thing. Put your mind to it and you have to do it. And I thank God also for guidance in the Bible. Do you understand? Guidance from the Bible. When you do your Bible study, when you read your Bible, right, you know that there's a time for everything. It says there's a time to laugh, a time to rejoice, a time to cry, a time to live, a time to die, a time to sow. When you read all those things, when you read those word of wisdoms, let me tell you, there's no how you will not apply it to your daily life, because nobody wants to end up being on the foolish side. Nobody wants to end up being nobody wants to perish. Let me just put it like that. So by the time you gather your thoughts together, and by the time you begin to think about it, okay, is this thing on my mind? Is this something I can provide a solution to? Is this something that I need an external help? Do I need to talk to someone about it? Is this something you just list out the things that are gathering your mind? Do you understand my point? Okay, how can I solve it? Is this something that you can do within yourself, or something you probably need people's help with, right? And how can you how can you curb this thing? How can you control this situation? The thing is, we should not allow the situations of life control us. Instead, take control of that situation. And how do you take control of that situation? You pray about that situation. You discuss with God. You talk with God. God, I don't want this situation to continue to control me. I want this thing sorted out. And let me tell you something. This song, we sang this song today, this hymn in church today. It says that, what a friend we have in Jesus. Say, because we do not carry. Take it to the Lord in prayer, because you don't take it to God in prayer, right? That song actually ministered, it opened something different in me, right? Because let me tell you, there's nothing as believers here. After you say, okay, yes, I give my life to Jesus, you believe that Jesus came to die for us on the cross, right? Whenever you go through something and you tell Jesus about it, you tell God, please, I need your direction. Let me tell you, God can never leave you stranded. God, think about it. Anytime you've involved God, whenever you're going through something tragic or something very exhausting, He has never left you stranded. If you notice it sometimes, the help will just come from within, maybe a few minutes or maybe some days, or there's this peace that you receive after you pray. that the world cannot give. It says in John 14 verse 27, it says, I am leaving you, I'm reading NLT version, I am leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart, and the peace I give is a gift the world cannot give. So don't be troubled or afraid. So if the Bible can tell us this, if you read this in the word that Buki, do not be scared of this particular situation. God definitely takes over the situation. As far as you say, God, I leave this in your hands, like He will definitely take it. Another thing I want us to know is that, you see, thoughts, the things that we think about, thoughts are like clouds. They pass through, but they don't define us. That's why I said it earlier, that you don't allow your situation control you. You say you take control of that situation, okay? Checking in with your mind regularly actually helps you notice some patterns. Maybe you're always worrying about the future, or maybe you're always replaying the past. Awareness is actually the first step towards peace. Like I always tell people this every single day. Like, you have to be self-aware. When you notice something, when you are very aware, when you are alert, you're discerning. Let me tell you something. When you're like, Buki, you are thinking about this too much. Buki, you have this particular talk always disturbing your mind. Buki, you have this particular issue and you need to resolve it. Like, once you accept it and you say, okay, I need to change this thing, let me tell you, that's actually the first step towards healing. Like the first steps towards peace, towards getting out of something that you understand that was totally meant to destroy you. So you need to be self-aware, okay? Another thing again is I actually would love for each of you to like reflect what has been in your mind lately. Is this something that, like I said earlier, is it something you can act on, or something you need to like release? Sometimes sharing your thoughts with friends helps a lot. It helps you, reduce this thing. If maybe you feel like maybe you don't trust some people, write it down. Like I used to type out some things on my notes, like on my phone, or sometimes I'll just write it out in my journal. And when I write it out like that, let me tell you something, that thing has like left my mind, like that load. God has actually helped me to like release it. And I also want us to remember that thoughts are powerful and they don't have to control us, okay? Be calm, think about it, take things step by step. Let me tell you something, don't rush it, man. Don't try and work with somebody else's time. No, God, everybody has their appointed time. So please don't beat yourself up because of, okay, maybe you feel like you ought to have been in a better place or a better position. And no. God's timing is perfect, and we can never understand God's timing. The thing is, once it comes, the thing is, we might not even really understand why He made us wait. Sometimes we might, but just trust that God's timing will always be the best timing for you. And I really hope this episode actually like talk to someone, minister to someone who is going through something or thinking through a lot. Trust me, everything is going to work out, and God is definitely going to work it out. Like, I actually hope you guys like enjoyed this episode. I just wanted to, make this episode a bit therapeutic, like a one-on-one talking section that someone can actually just listen, play to, and think about it. And please, let's practice each of these things so we don't overthink and stress ourselves too much. And I cannot wait to speak to you all in my next episode. I love every one of you so much, and thank you for checking in. Like, honestly, I am super grateful, and I thank God for my listeners. And here also, I apologize for the background noise in advance, and thank you for the previous love on the episode. And the last episode was a collaboration. Thank you for the listens, and I can't wait to see you guys. So no, I said see discuss with you guys in my next episode. I love you guys so much. Enjoy your Sunday and enjoy your week. Bye.